Welcome to a brave new world. How's it going, everyone? We are live. This is July the 16th, 2020 at 9 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, I don't usually stream this early. I do not. I prefer to take my streams around in the afternoon time, not in the morning. Especially when seeing how it's kind of a lot worse in the West Coast. East Coast, well, I'm wide awake. I'm pretty okay with waking up early. With West Coast, ooh boy, good luck. And people said West Coast is best coast. Ha! Ha, I say. Sorry, I have to get out of the way. Anyway, Smash Bros. Sakurai has finally descended from the heavens and is going to tell us a new character. What this character is, we don't exactly know. Granted, there has been some things flying around, and there are some people that some people are expecting. Like, for example, people expect Doom Guy or Doomslayer to join the battle. Maybe someone from Capcom, or even Alale from Puyo Puyo, which kind of makes sense. Puyo Puyo is pretty big in Japan, and I actually played Dr. Robotnik's Review Machine, but that's beside the point. I'm just perfectly okay whatever Sakurai announce, and if they're fun. After all, it's kind of like I said in the past. I didn't know Joker or Hero too much, but my goodness, I had a ton of fun with these characters. And Banjo-Kazooie is just as I expect him to play. And Terry, despite being a fighter, I'm having a lot more fun with him than Ryu and Ken. Now, here's my crazy prediction. It's never going to happen, but I'm going to just throw it out because there's this Daisy picture. There's this picture with Daisy and all the DLC, and Daisy is kind of the odd one out, and a lot of people expect that her to be like, is it going to be like a Nintendo character, female, an orange character? Well, and oh, never mind. We're going to.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited.
I predict that there's going to be two characters, and one of them's going to be
We'll be using
Echo.
today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter.
I'm going to turn on the volume.
Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy, which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast. So, it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time. I think even many Nintendo employees
I was expecting them to release them today, but I guess not.
And say, wow, really? So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information. However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings. We've prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
Alright then, let's do this! Sakurai! Show me the good stuff. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Alright then, wow.
The time is finally
another Fire Emblem character, oh well.
The spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
And people thought it was going to be Dante.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and
People are
I
going to be
one,
thrilled.
I too
People are
am
going to be
trapped within this
super
void.
thrilled about this.
In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet, there is no other choice.
I'm sending you to Smash Bros.
You must join Smash. Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
Huh. And I thought the Fire Emblem character was going to be like the female one. I kind of forgot her name, sorry.
Consumes even the darkness itself.
So it's not going to be all third-party characters, like everyone thought. Main character's getting beat up. Probably going to be a female variant.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Yep. Female version of this character.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Legendary
How
weapons.
is this?
Alright then, thanks again. Byleth with boots. Byleth? Huh? Oh.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
So wait,
Strike with superior
there's...
reach.
Both
Use a
fighters
mere
have
overwhelming
different styles? Huh?
Unleash the blinding speed of Fail Not. Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
So am I confused?
Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
Yeah, it looks fun. I won't lie. Not exactly the character that I wanted, but hey. Heck, everyone expected Dante. Everyone literally expected Dante, and...
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses
Byleth,
is
okay,
joining the battle.
that's her name.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th.
January
You'll have
28th,
instant
that's
access if
2
you
weeks
have
from
the
now.
Super
Alright
Smash
then.
Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
Alright then, so...
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese.
Yeah.
The producer said
I'm
it's
not
okay
exactly
if I just say
disappointed,
Fire
like...
Emblem.
I think it would be actually more
when
disappointing
writing
if
it,
Dante
if
was
you
another.
don't
Like, I know
like
that
Fire
people
Emblem, the Fire
absolutely want
Emblem
it, but I want to be
freaks will come in
surprised,
vengeance,
and well,
so
here we
please
go.
look
I
out
was
for
actually
it.
surprised.
The series' first
Wait,
entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role
Oh boy, I cannot
You
wait
might
to
be
see
wondering
reaction
what makes it
videos.
particularly tactical.
Oh man, they're going
Well,
to be
it's
thrilled!
tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle.
What is Fire
When
Emblem?
we talk
Only
about
correct
tactical
answer
games
is half
that
of the
era,
Smash
there were
roster.
lots of ones in which
Kagura, you have a good
tanks,
point.
aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
Yeah,
Recent entries in the series
that's
maintain this
definitely
concept
an
of
interesting mechanic
permanence
they
to
put
some
in
degree
Fire
in
Emblem.
classic mode
If
and
it
what
wasn't,
have you.
if I
But a
remember,
lot of
they
games now
they
allow
die
strategic
entirely.
withdrawals, so to speak.
Kind of hard to pull it off, but Fire Emblem
In the
managed to
older
do
games,
it.
your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Yes, we
There's
are
actually
very
a
aware.
reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
I never actually thought about it like that.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking,
Sakurai,
17
right?
games? There are that many?
Like how?
Well,
Explain
if you
yourself,
include Fire Emblem
Kagura.
Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It
only
challenge.
fighters from series that haven't been featured.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Well, technically speaking, it's not Sakurai who says that, it was Wedgie, so blame him. I can definitely see why Wedgie retired, because he didn't want to hear the backlash of him. He doesn't want to take the backlash.
There you go, 17. So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary. This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it? You can actually count up to 31 on one hand.
So that's a useful. That's an interesting fact. Sakurai can count binaries.
1023.
Sakurai's a madman.
If you've given up counting the
we don't
knots in
deserve
the
him.
tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In
Oh,
Japanese,
this means
the
we're
male
definitely going to
version
get
of the
some
main
Fire
character is
Emblem
called
music.
Byleth, and the
Or
female
Fire
version is
Emblem
called
music,
Byleth,
so
but in English
hooray!
they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
And he got the immediate
done the
impression
same
to
thing
make characters
before,
out of these
with The
two,
Legend of
even though
Zelda Breath
that
of the Wild,
one
for
went
example.
so well.
Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game has multiple routes and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter.
Yeah,
I hope you'll understand.
Kinda get the figure. I get the idea.
Before my
Sakurai.
demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release.
2 months
Right
in
now,
advance,
it's
and he managed to
actually
keep this
November.
character hidden. That's kind of impressive.
Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Alright then, show us, Sakurai. How does Byleth play? As part of Challenger Pack 5, Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses joins the battle.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth. Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay, so they're both
They
the same
look like
character.
bones, and there's
Based
a
on the
reason.
trailer, I thought they were going to have two different
First, let's talk about the
playstyles
weapon
depending
Byleth
on
uses
if you
for
chose the
upward
male or
inputs,
female, but
the
I guess
Sword
not.
of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also
Well, we
use
don't
the sword for
we
dash
don't
attacks
have
and other
too many
moves.
whip characters. I mean, like, granted we have Simon, the ultimate whip character,
For their up
but hey,
smash attack,
whips are nice.
they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
That's the up B. Oh, that's
It was
was
pretty
cool.
terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition, you can do awful things
Wow.
like this.
the up B
That said,
spikes.
you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Huh.
Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge.
I guess it only spikes in certain
I've already
percentages
shown this,
because
but you can
Kirby
also use
was
it to latch onto
going
edges.
left and right.
So that's the up special. Now for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
Giant
First,
spear.
we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach, like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it.
Boy, it
Next,
has
the
top,
side
that's
smash
top
attack.
priority.
This
Gotcha.
also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Slow startup, but good range.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker,
The Marth effect, gotcha. The Marth and Corn effect.
so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward, or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this,
That's good vertical
but
range.
again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
And it even clips on platforms? Interesting.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this. But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful.
Okay. A lot of characters have
Use
side
it in
special
midair
that is
and
unsafe
carve
on
up a large
shield.
area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well,
Ah, okay,
although
that's
you'll
a
be
catch.
vulnerable when you land.
Side and back air. A
Now,
front
for
and
the
back air
downward inputs.
has but as horizontal
For
reach.
these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is
You know, I
strong.
just realized. Granted, it's another
You can
Fire
try
Emblem
for a meteor
character.
effect with this
I
attack.
kind of get that, but this one
Next
actually
is the down
uses the
smash attack.
different weapon types. It
swing
uses
of the
lances.
axe
It uses
back and forth.
axes.
As you can
It
see,
is something
it has a great deal
different.
of launch power.
And the only true
And for
different
the down
character that we
special,
got out of Fire Emblem is Robin, and with the
Byleth channels
with
all
the
their
spell
energy
with the
into
different
devastating
spells
strike.
that he could use.
It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch. But
So
here's what
yeah,
makes it
again,
different.
it's another Fire Emblem character.
When readying
but,
the move,
but
there's a super armor effect,
ooh, that'll be a super armor.
which allows you to withstand an attack.
Interesting.
Just
So,
you know,
it is
if you
kind of
execute a
different, and
Falcon
like I
Punch
said,
about the same time,
I don't care. As long as the character's fun and unique, I don't actually
plays out
care.
like this.
And yeah,
It's a bit
Byleth
slower
definitely
than
looks
the
fun.
Falcon
I won't
Punch, but
lie.
due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
It's gonna be lost in a giant black hole vortex and
Another
called Marth
notable
11.
aspect is that it
Well,
lets
to be
you pass
fair,
through
it's
platforms.
technically Marth. Let's see.
While you're
1,
charging
2,
up, you can
3,
breeze
4,
past
5.
platforms like this to reach a lower area.
Marth 8. There are 8 Fire
It won't
Emblem
let you
characters.
jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even
here's
though
the
it can
issue,
be
it's not
hard to
unique.
land a hit with this
I
move,
think it's kind of
it
unique.
can be really effective when used against a group of opponents. Plus,
I mean,
even if you
like,
fail to land
granted,
the
to
right
be
hit,
fair,
any opponents on the ground
Banjo-Kazooie
nearby
aren't
will
exactly
still be
unique
launched
characters
over.
as well.
It's as if the quaking of the ground
It's really a
launches
mix
them.
of Simon, Wickton, and Ganon. Kind of.
By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get
Because
loads
counter.
of counters.
Yeah, it makes
It hits
sense.
with that much power in a single
And it
attack.
splashes colon full into
Counters
it.
can actually
Yeah,
multiply
again,
the power
kind
of
of.
blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got
yeah.
the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the
I
weapon
forgot that
around.
this guy has a bow, which, then again,
It's also easy
the
to
many
create
of them
certain
said Fire
combos
Emblem
with it.
characters used in the games are swords, axes,
And with the neutral special,
spears, and
you'll let
bows.
loose an arrow.
Ramen has tomes,
pretty
and
straightforward,
Coin
right?
is...
But there are a few noteworthy aspects to
Coin
this bow.
is animal types. I mean,
First,
beast
the
types.
biggest difference
As
between
I know
this
that
bow and Link's
there are some
is that
characters who
once
could
you enter the
transform into
command,
other
you can
animals.
keep
I
charging
played a little bit
until
of
it's ready.
Fire Emblem Radiant, Path
You
of
can't
Radiance,
release it
so I
partway
kind
through
of,
the charge, so
I'm
when it
familiar
does
with that.
fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll
So,
unleash
what's the chances of him announcing something else that's... Oh, holy
powerful
hell,
arrow
that's
that
big.
looks like a beam of light. You can perform this
Sheesh.
move by keeping the button
I definitely
held
felt
down.
that.
You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words,
that's the
you're committed
catch.
to firing it.
This seems like to be
So
a
you
high-risk,
see, a
high-reward
situation
character,
like this
which...
is pretty terrible.
Mate... Boy, Byleth is getting counted by
Once
everything.
you've entered the
Getting
stance,
counted by Fire Emblem characters,
You
and
won't be
counted by
able to do
Reflex.
which
0%,
means
it's
quite the
only
risky
a
attack
35
to
minute
use
delay.
against fighters
Yeah,
who have
I
a
know.
move
I mean, like,
with
they
the
didn't
reflector.
announce too much
But you can
stuff from
always
Terry
just aim into
anyways.
the fray,
I'm
as it
getting a
is,
feeling that
after
there's
all,
going to be a bunch of
long-range
Mii Fighter
move,
costumes based on Fire Emblem
letting you
characters.
deal a sudden blow to opponents. So, you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called
Projector
Ruptured
God
Heaven. This is
Rupture
an infamous
Heaven.
burst.
Oh my goodness, that's not so.
As you
That
can
looked
see,
good.
you team
It's not
up
the
with
best
the
Final Smash in the
mysterious
world,
Sophist and
but-
launch an attack together.
Has some cool flair to it, so I like it.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of
Wow,
Bell's
that
Leaves.
actually looks pretty good. I
Those
don't
of you
lie.
who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based on Sophis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is
Corn
based on,
2.
based
Yeah,
on something
it's
that
basically
occurs in the
Marth
course
8
of
and
the
Corn
original
2.
main story. Didn't we see this variation in the final Smash?
I guess we're going to see him in action. Oh, no, new Sage.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery.
Garreg Mach Monastery.
This is how Garreg Mach Monastery
As you can tell,
is laid
I
out
am
in the
definitely,
original
I have
game.
not played this game. I
From
have
these,
definitely
we
not
chose
played this
to
game.
have
I
it
know
cycle
someone
through
who
Marketplace,
loves the Fire Emblem
Reception Hall,
series and has
Bridge,
definitely played this game.
and Cathedral,
It's just
all
that
in one stage.
This is definitely unfamiliar with me.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
Cameos!
The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom
Sakurai
of
say
Fargus.
doo-doo.
Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason,
Oh my
I guess
goodness,
you could
I'm
say
so
Dimitri is
mature.
the future king. He had quite the difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them,
Byleth is not satisfied
the
with the
stage will
prices in
stand
his
to the left and
marketplace.
right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper.
Ah yes, the most important character.
You often pass through this area
Gatekeeper.
in Fire Emblem
Thank
3
you. I
houses, and you
really
end up talking
wanted
to
him to make a
lot.
cameo in this
Moving
game.
through these
Who
areas
is the
possible
gatekeeper?
Thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop,
By the way, sorry
you'll
about the
come
move.
crashing back down. You've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea,
Edelgard,
and
that's what's
Petra,
the
the
name.
Black Eagles.
A lot of people thought it was going to be
Take
her.
note,
There's going to
it's
be
not
another Fire
spelled
Emblem character, but
Edelgard.
no, it's Byleth.
They're from the Adressian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you
everyone's
take,
life
she'll
too.
go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
So elements of Punch Out, I gotcha.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other
Ouch.
fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being
we get a
launched up,
female
or perhaps
DLC
by
just
using another
once that
fighter
isn't
as a
tied
stepping
to a
stone.
male character.
There we go.
Well, to
I
be...
made it.
Well, hold
And
on.
you
You
can
get a
knock him
female
down.
just once that isn't tied to a male character.
Also, you can break this
I was
table.
about to bring up Kazooie, but then
Like
you
so.
mentioned that, so... Gotcha.
Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
No, the tables, how dare you.
Next up,
No, I
the
didn't. Zoopity
bridge.
zoop!
The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
And it became the Bridge of Elden.
It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the
If
Lester
I'm remember
Alliance.
correctly, Claude is best husbando. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy
I see,
of the
stage
Holy
has a lot
War,
of detail
the
to
fourth
it.
title in
For
the
a Fire Emblem
series.
stage, this
I guess once
has
you've
a
reached
lot
the
of
17th
detail
game and are
that...
creating 40 characters for
Yeah,
each new
looks
entry,
pretty good, I
you're
won't lie.
bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
And then, to the final area we go.
The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flame, and Rhea. There's
All them
Sedith,
green
who
hairs.
appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems
I mean,
to be under the
kinda
protection
makes
of
sense
him and
because
Ray,
we
who you can
have
see fighting during the opening of Fire
a
Emblem
team of
Three
reds, a
Houses.
team of blues, and a team of yellows.
All three have character quirks
Of
related
course
to
that
their
there's going to
true
be a group
identities.
with all green hair.
I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes.
Are you going to go through classic mode again?
Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the
Okay,
ages.
that works too.
That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we
Might
go,
take a
Joker.
while, but hey, at least they're not going to spoil classic mode. And
Joker! And Hero! Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo!
Banjo!
By now,
Oh my.
I think you know what I'm doing.
I mean, Sakura's having way too much
But
fun. I
basically,
mean, like,
I'm
after
trying
all,
to
he
defeat
loves
all 5
Fire Emblem,
opponents with just
so
the professor here.
he's just having a time of his life.
But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Bennigan's. I better keep my distance. I'll use this chance to attack. Got him. That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of
In
explosives.
fact, you could make a full
Ouch.
team with Fire Emblem. Well, I mean, like, you
Perfect
could do
shield
that. You could do that already. I mean, like,
Good
it's
one.
kind of like the same thing of putting all the Pokemons.
Like
You can make a
this,
whole team
like
based on
this,
Pokemon
or
alone.
like
So, and same thing
No
with
idea.
Mario characters as well. So,
There, the soccer ball
it's not
connected.
just Fire Emblem. There's definitely a lot more there's a lot more series with a lot of representation. Not just
Good.
Fire Emblem.
There's Mom.
But to be honest, I think Fire Emblem kind of
You're in a
deserves
good
it.
spot, Mom.
Again, this is coming from someone who isn't too much of a big
I
of a
shouldn't have taken
Fire
that.
Emblem fan.
Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
You can make a full team with Fire Emblem and still have some left over. Well,
I feel
like I
like the
said
enemy
again,
might get
same
this
thing with Pokemon.
See? They got it. But I mustn't give up.
Ooh, nice shield break.
I can't waste this chance.
One fighter left. Can
There's
Sakurai
another
do
smash
it?
Ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for?
Mighty Tornado!
There's still more. Whack.
Just use a hammer.
Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine.
Watch,
Although
always,
I'm
always
scared
going
I
to
might
counter,
get hit
isn't
with
he?
a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
The end. Song collection. Alright then, here's that sweet, sweet
Now,
Fire
about
Emblem
the
music.
additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the
Just me
game.
was a Kimmy
Our
movie
selection
a
this
little bit.
time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration.
Alright then, 11 tracks in total,
11 songs are
two
being
new.
added.
And they're technically the same
This
song.
includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English.
Then again, this game is relatively
hope you'll
new,
enjoy
so I'm
this as
guessing
well.
the music doesn't actually need a remix.
We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
Let me see, we see 8 and 9. Okay,
Sophis is Legend
9
class.
spirits.
Also, there's a new classic mode route, a heroic legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens,
spoilers.
so look forward to that.
I mean, granted, the majority of routes
Now for the
lead to
Mii
Master
Fighter
Hand and Crazy
costumes.
Hand just
Please take a look.
singing, and alright then, Mii Fighters. Alright then, here comes all the Fire Emblem Mii costumes. Wait, what? Assassin's Creed? Oh. Okay. What? It's you. Yeah, it is Assassin's Creed. I was confused about the name for a second. Okay, it's Ubisoft. Yep. I kind of had a feeling that these Mii Fire costumes going to be back. That means is Battle Network also going to be here too, or oh, yep. What? 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 Not only that you got Undertale, but you also got Cuphead as well. You know, it's kind of a shame when the Mii Fire costumes are more impressive than the main fighter. Wow. And he uses the finger to fire. That's hilarious. And Cuphead comes with the music! Well, guess I have no choice but to get that!
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
Spoiler, Sakurai.
And now, onto the amiibo.
Yep, those are the final two.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Part of me really wants to Richter amiibo. The 5 fighters are here.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighters Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard.
Say what you will, this is actually a good lineup, especially seeing how there are a lot of people who care, who really care about
more
Fire
than
Emblem.
70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on.
Yeah, that's... All these
really
fighters
were a
have
lot of new
something new to
mechanics,
them,
weren't
and
there?
the main reason why I kind
When
of
we add a
love
new
playing all
fighter,
these fighters.
We don't simply make their attacks or their movements
Honestly,
a little different.
these characters are the most
Instead, we try to
played
offer you a whole
Super
new
Smash
style
Bros.
of play.
Ultimate. And I think Byleth will be fun as well.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Okay, guys. Even more fighters. Okay. So, what Season 2 is going to be like? Alright then. Oh! There's 6 this time!
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time.
Interesting. Alright
For
then.
this
I thought they were
reason,
going to
we will be
downsize
releasing the
it.
Super Smash Bros.
All
Ultimate Fighters
challenger
Pass Volume 2.
packs will be
It
released
will
by
be available
December
for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep
2021.
an eye out.
Oh my goodness.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume, but this time, here's what we have.
So what's wait. Listen.
It's
Oh.
a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Interesting.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
I'm gonna wait till the first character is announced. So, hold on. Sakurai, what do you got?
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
That is true.
Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales.
They say that this takes
However,
place
I'm not
2
sure
months
if this is
before,
accurate.
so yeah, this
There were 5
happened
versions
very,
of Street
very
Fighter
recently.
2, or 6 to 7
I mean,
if you
not
really
very
want to get
recently,
into
but
the weeds.
around when he was
Plus, there's
recording
the
this.
arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is #1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just
Guess
a
what
fighting
is the
game.
best-selling recent fighting game? Mortal Kombat.
I feel
Kind
like
of.
it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
And Tekken. Yeah, that's true.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
Yeah, we noticed.
The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there would be more DLC, which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Alright then. Yeah, guess that's it. More Fire Emblem. Everyone is thrilled. Everyone is excited. But still, like I said before, but Byleth is definitely interesting. I would definitely need to get my hands on it, and unfortunately, we don't get them until the 28th. So definitely a long ways away, but at least it's going to be in a place where I'm going to be open. I like this, but with a grain of salt. Yeah, I mean, I do too. It's just that everyone kind of expected that all the characters are going to be third-party DLC, basically what he said, and, well, he kind of lied. I mean, like, he didn't exactly say that. It's just that, though, to be fair, we didn't expect them to see these two, at least in this season pass, so, gotta say. But yeah, I mean, like, again, it's kind of the most ironic thing is that the Mii Fighter costumes that were announced here were kind of a bit more exciting than the actual character. That's not to say that I don't hate these characters, far from it. I disapprove Dante at 11. You disproven Dante. Yeah, a lot of people said it was going to be Dante due to a bunch of stuff, but nope, that's not the case. As the thing that was announced that was supposed to be for today was something for Devil May Cry 3 for the Switch with the freestyle system, where you could change styles whenever you want instead of just on the mission. So that, yeah, freestyle mode. Thanks, Kagura. So, yeah, that's it. Granted, it's not the most super exciting direct thing in the world, and unfortunately we still don't know what the future will hold for us, but hey, this is, I like this. It's, like I said, a lot of people are going to be happy with this, a lot of people are going to be disapproving, but like I said, I'm optimistic, and I'm looking forward to playing Byleth in the future. Also noticed that there was a pattern of fighting RPG characters. Yeah, that's true. There's 3 RPG characters, and not one of them is Sora. But oh well. Like I said, I had a fun time with Hero, had fun time with Joker, and like I said, going to have a fun time with this. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, alright then, I'm going to wrap things up. So that is all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Okay, not all today, just for this session because I'm going to be streaming a little bit later. Anyways, so. Yeah, I'll just give my usual outro because I definitely need to be King of Fighters as an RPG. Well, kind of. I mean, like, it's most likely a fighting game. Anyways, I'm going to end things here. I'm going to stream later on today more Kingdom Hearts 3 because I thought I was going to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate today. That does not seem to be the case. Oh boy. That's gonna be tough. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you liked my reaction, and I'll see you next time. So until then, later.
Millions of people a year get their cash back matched.